Tony Rice is the best in his division. Any division he's in, he feels like he's the best. He's not in the pilot, but the second episode opens up when Sean Bean's character comes to my office to ask me about a crime that was committed. He leaves my office. I investigate the crime, and I discover that he didn't tell me he was at the scene of the crime. So then it's kind of like the fun kind of cat and mouse game. And I'm showing up where he doesn't expect me to show up, asking questions, investigating, doing that whole thing. Somewhat, but with good reason, because I'm definitely a thorn in his side because you know, he's at a murder scene. I have video of him being at a murder scene that he never told me he was at. He was asking me questions about it, but he never told me he was there. And so, you know, I just dig a little bit more.
So do you stay in the office most of the time? Or
What's that?
Do you stay in the office most of the time?
Oh, no. He gets out. He gets out quite a bit. You know, just even like in the second and third episode, I'm out quite a bit because I'm following him around. Placing surveillance on him, I'm tracking him down. It's really a cat and mouse game.
Odin has multiple identities.
Yes.
Do you multiple identities on your?
Not so much in the first episode. There's another identity that I have, but you know, the legends and the multiple identities, Sean really serves that role. So we're kind of just there to kind of help him. You know.
And so you're an FBI agent?
Right. Well, when my character is introduced, I work in the transportation security division. And then about halfway through the first season, I'm brought into the DCL with everyone.
So did you do any training for that?
No, I never trained at all.
You've done it too.
I've played as a cop and FBI agent so many different times that, you know, I can actually be one probably.
How many episodes are there?
There's 10 episodes, but I'm only in 9, so there's only 9 episodes in the first season.
Because you're not in the pilot.
Because I'm not in the pilot.
You should skip the pilot.
You should go right to the second episode. Exactly.
Was that always the plan that you wouldn't be in the pilot, or did they go through the pilot and have an idea to bring in this new character?
Yeah, they did the pilot, and then a while ago, I think the pilot was done at least a year and a half ago, I believe now. And I was meeting with TNT, and I said, "You guys, please hire me in something." And they said, "Well, we have this Howard Gordon show. Why don't you take a look at it?" So they stuck me in a room by myself, and I watched the pilot, and I was blown away. So I said, "Yeah, I want to be a part of this." And so once they shot the pilot a while ago. I think it was like a year from the time that they shot the pilot to where they went to production. So they added me in.
Did you get to give, you know, tips like, I want to be a badass, I want to boss Sean Bean around?
No, basically what happened was they actually, there was a different set of writers at the time, and they actually pitched me what the storyline would be. And I just, you know, I was like, I'm with it. It's like Howard Gordon, I'm there.
How is this different from, you said you played the FBI agents and policemen all the time. How is this different for you, this experience?
It's not, it's just like, no, I'm joking. You know, this show, what I love about this show, what I love about my character with this show is pursuing, being part of the FBI and pursuing someone within the FBI. I love that aspect of it. Sean playing the different characters within the FBI and then not even really knowing who he is. And if he doesn't know who he is, do we really know who he is? And who knows who he is? All those questions and twists and turns is what really excites me about the show.
Did you have to consult with people who actually live this life?
Who don't know who they are?
Not necessarily.
Sometimes I don't know who I am. No, like I say, basically at the basics of it, I'm an FBI agent on this show, and I've done a lot of those characters. So kind of pretty much have a pretty good feel on how those things go.
Does Tony have some secrets of his own?
That they have not been revealed yet, but yeah, I believe there's going to be something happening with Tony. But Tony's a pretty stand-up family man at this point, but he goes through things. He goes through things in the first season that will make you wonder about him a little bit.
Is there a specific episode that you're really looking forward to see how the viewers respond to
Every
it?
episode I'm in.
Okay. That makes it simple.
No, really the pilot, because I was, you know, I was really blown away by the pilot, so I really want to see how people respond. Because I've seen pilots, I've watched, TV is so difficult. I've watched pilots and say, wow, they wasted money on that. And then that show runs like 85 years, you know. And then I've seen shows that I thought were the best thing since sliced bread, and then nobody's watching them. So I'm interested to see how people are going to respond to the pilot. Right. Thank you guys very much.